What's up, model fans? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another review. Welcome back to Ducky's Model Cars, or if you're new here, welcome to Ducky's Model Cars. My name is Kenny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys and giving a review of my AutoArt Huracan Evo. So in a second here, we'll turn the camera around. I'll show you the car, go over it in detail, what I like, what I don't like, and give it a rating at the end, as always. And yeah, let me stop rambling so much. Let's go look at the car. So we'll get right into it. Here is the model. As I mentioned, it's a Lamborghini Huracan Evo by AutoArt, and this one is finished in the Verde Selvans green paint with the silver diamond cut wheels and the red calipers. Now, initially, I wasn't, and to be honest, I'm still not the hugest fan of them having the red calipers on here. I'm not really sure why they went with the red when they could have gone green or yellow or basically any other color, as it's the only red that you get on the entire car. I might swap the wheels and stuff out later on, but anyways, yeah, that's, I guess, to start off with the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of. It's the red calipers, but I absolutely love the green, and I love this paint color. It's one of my favorite Lamborghini paints, so that kind of outweighed, you know, the one little detail with the calipers as to why I picked the model in this color. And also, I didn't have a green Huracan or green Lambo in the collection, so it just made sense. Overall details on this car, of course, the Huracan fairly unchanged since its inception. The Evo added a few more details on the front that actually, you could say, kind of trickled down from the Aventador almost, or, you know, that we saw first on the Performante. So the original Huracan just kind of had a standard, not so much flat, but kind of a standard bumper, not much going on. The Evo has these extra little blades in here for some aero and the cool Y shape, which is a theme through Lamborghini, this kind of Y shape all around. The logo placement is nice. All the shut lines on this model are awesome. There's no awkward gaps. Everything is as it should be, even down to the little dents in the hood, or I guess at the front of the car, the frunk, as you will. The headlight detail is awesome on here. Hopefully the camera's going to pick it up. But again, we can see those Y shapes in the headlights. That's a very Lamborghini theme. Of course, we got the little diffuser piece down there, which adds some extra aero. This car doesn't have the ALA system like you find on the Performante, but I guess it has a bit of a variation that also has the aero to kind of go along with it, while not having the full ALA system. Move on to the wheels. Wheel detail is awesome. Again, as I mentioned at the top, I'm not a huge fan. Well, the wheels themselves, I don't mind. I'm just not a huge fan of the red calipers. I'm not really sure why they decided to go with, I guess you could call it a Christmas spec, red and green on this car. But anyways, side detail is awesome. The mirrors sit nicely. You can see the little side vents to help cooling for the rear wheels and into the brakes. Not sure if the camera will pick it up fully there, but no, a bit too zoomed. But we have the little Huracan Evo sticker on the side of the car, again, that you get on the real car as well. Just in case you ever forget which variant of Huracan you're driving, it tells you right here that's the Huracan Evo. Huracan Evo is basically has the same engine as the found in the Performante, so it makes 630 horsepower, either all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. The model is based off of the all-wheel drive variant, not the rear-wheel drive. The rear-wheel drive variant, you get a slightly different front bumper than this. So I guess that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're looking at this model, maybe you have one or you prefer the rear-wheel drive. The AutoArt model, again, is based only on the all-wheel drive variant. So again, just keep that in mind. There are some other brands that make Huracan Evo models, and I think do specifically make the rear-wheel drive variant as well as the Spider. So I'll put some links down below so you guys can look at those up for yourselves. We can see there the rear detail on this car is awesome. Again, doesn't have quite this same aggressive wing that you found on the Performante or even the STO, but you have this little bit of a lip spoiler on the back, which helps to manage the airflow. The engine cover detail is also awesome. And there you can see the vents on the side, which aren't actually open and functional on the model. They're just kind of cut out in the plastic, but on the real car, those are actually vented out to help heat escape, of course, with the lovely V10 engine in the back there. I'll open it up in a moment so you can see the actual engine detail. But to go back to the back of the car, the Performante introduced the kind of center exit exhaust, whereas I guess the entry level or the first gen Huracan had the dual exhaust pipes that came out the bottom right around here. Of course, this allows for a bigger diffuser, so you get a bit more aero, a bit more downforce working on the car. And this exhaust is now slightly shorter, given that it comes out in the center, almost right behind the engine, so you get a lot more nice V10 noises out the back of it. And I think actually this design just looks a little bit more aggressive, a little bit cleaner than having the exhaust down here, and it's just another way to differentiate the different Huracan models. Again, rear light detail. I do find actually that the rear lights on this are a little dark, even with me pointing a flashlight directly at it. You can see the taillights don't stand out as much as you probably think they should, but you can still see the red tint there, and we can also see the other light detail for the reverse lights and the turn signals, etc. So yeah, the detail is still in there, but again, something that I think the AutoArt could have done a little bit better was maybe just put slightly brighter red plastic on the back so you can kind of better see your tail lights. Although I will say the smoked out look is something that can look cool as well, but it might be a little nitpicky, but that's one thing that AutoArt maybe could have done a little bit better, given how good the headlight detail is and obviously how clear that is. Yeah, it would have been nice to see a bit more clear detail on the back. But again, overall, the back of this car, awesome. And again, as I mentioned before, with all AutoArts, you get the license plate, which states exactly what model the car is. And of course, you have the Lamborghini logo on the back as well. All right, everyone. So moving on to the inside quickly. And I will get to the engine bay in a second. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that. But moving on to the inside, we can see the green detail continues in the door cards and throughout the center console and even on the seats. So really cool detail. Again, of course, with the outside of the car being green, that they kind of carry on the green theme inside. It's not just all black or a completely different color on the interior. I thought originally that they might have gone with the yellow interior, like on some of the other specs. But again, I'm really happy that they stayed consistent and went with the green and black on the inside as well. So again, we have green along the door cards there. We have the lovely detail with the mirror switches on the driver's side door there. We can see the distinct actually door opening pull there. Sorry, my finger's in the way. We can see the door opener there. We even got little door pockets. As I gently put the key in there, we got door pockets, which I guess if you have something very small and you want to store it in your model, you could. But it's nice detail that those are actually cut out and open. We got the reflector light on the door as well, which is in a really good detail. If we move further into the interior, you can see the steering wheel is nicely presented. Oops. You can see all the controls on the left side there for your windows and various other, not the windows, but your lights and some other functions. On the left side there, we got the venting. You can even see the green stitch detail over the top of the dashboard where the speedometer is. Of course, we have the red mode selector button on the steering wheel. The paddle shifters have a nice detail. Of course, the model is fully steerable, so if I move the wheels, you can see the steering wheel move. And yeah, kind of hard to see the detail on the speedometer, but I'll throw up a picture so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, we have all the detail there. So you have your revs, obviously, your speed, front and center, what gear you're in. We can see the red start-stop button flip-up switch in the center console there. We can see the big screen, which was something that was introduced. Well, it was originally introduced back on the Centenario, and then it, I guess, finally trickled its way down from Centenario Aventador models into the Huracan Evo. Of course, along with the bigger screen also came infotainment updates in the real car, so awesome to see. And then right above the infotainment there, the red button in the middle will be your hazard lights, and then you have your window controls. And I believe your front lift control is there. It might be on the left side. I don't actually remember off the top of my head. I should know this, but I don't. But yeah, you can see all your controls right up there. We can see it again, green stitching across the dashboard. We have the green kind of on the, I guess your knee rests, the center console of the car. we flip, we can see the green detail on the seats with, I believe, yeah, might be a little washed out, sorry guys, but there is also the Lamborghini logo embroidered in the headrest of this model. And then, yeah, we can just see some more detail with the vent and the Lamborghini logo on the passenger side air vent in front of you. And the one thing I don't know is if this car does have the cup holder or not, but if you had the cup holder in the real car, it would sit basically somewhere right beside where you see the Lamborghini logo on the inside. Diving into the rear of the car, again, you can see it has the lovely hinges here, or the gas struts for holding up the rear deck lid, which you can see there has the glass over the top and the little cutout at the back like on the real car. Now, it's going to be virtually impossible to see on the model because it's super, super tiny, but on the real car, as with actually in every Lamborghini, it has the plaque here with engine designation, so of course V10 in the Huracan, and there's tiny numbers, which I'll put up a picture of the model, or even perhaps even just a real car. It actually shows the firing order of the engine, so which order the cylinders fire in, and it's a really cool detail to see on all the cars, to see the firing order changes from generation to generation as the engines and stuff improve. And yeah, that's something that's consistent in all Lamborghinis. So whether it's the V10 cars, the V12 cars, or now in the V8 on the Urus, they're all going to have this little engine plaque where you can see what engine is in the car and the firing order, which is just a cool detail that's been in Lamborghini since, well, basically since the company started. Again, not a whole lot of detail to see in the engine bay, but it is still very nicely presented. Of course, we have our V10 there with the cross brace. We have our oil filler cap there. And yeah, we can see some of the carbon fiber detail around the side. Of course, all imitation carbon fiber on the model, but nevertheless, still awesome to see the detail that's there. And yeah, not a whole lot to see back here, but I do like the fact that the AutoArt put the glass cover on here and they have all the engine detail. And again, if you've ever been right beside a real Huracan, the level of detail is 1-to-1. And then just to quickly show you guys, if we move back to the front, of course, AutoArt composite models, fully opening all of them, so we can open up the front here. It's a little bit tight, so don't force it. This is about as high up as it goes, or it wants to go right now, so I'm not going to force it. But again, let me shine some extra light on there. What we can see, as is typical with AutoArt models, we have good front trunk details. It actually goes in decently deep to mimic the real car, and it has a nice felt lining, which you can feel and hear. And yeah, again, if you ever wanted to maybe, I don't know, store something small inside one of your Huracan Evo model car, there's plenty of front space for, I don't know, something very small. You can put a button in there or something maybe. But yeah, again, amazing detail from AutoArt as always. And while we're at the front of the car here, if I get it out of the glare, we can see the great details on the top of the dashboard, from the air vent at the front to, I don't know what they call that design up top the steering wheel, but all the Huracans have that awesome design at the top, which I don't know if it serves any function other than looking cool when you look inside the car, but every Huracan has it, and the AutoArt model replicates it perfectly. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video and this review. Again, quick synopsis. Again, for execution on this model, again, like with most AutoArts, I'm going to say a 10 out of 10. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that they're composite models now, and they used to make the die-cast metal. I have AutoArts in both forms, mostly in the composite, and I don't think there's any loss in detail. In some cases, I would say there's actually more detail put into the composite models. But yeah, in terms of execution, 10 out of 10 again by AutoArt. Again, as I mentioned before, I think I say every video, color choice and spec choice is obviously going to be to everyone's preference. I absolutely love the green, so I went with it. But just the overall car, 10 out of 10. The Evo design is amazing. There are a handful of other colors. I know off the top of my head, there's Rosso Mars or Rosso Efesto, the red. There's the two blues, Blue Nethans, which is the dark blue, Blue Glauco, which is more of a tealy, greeny blue. There's the orange, Arancio Zanto. And I think there's just a straight black one as well. I don't know if they're going to be releasing more colors. As always, though, guys, I will leave a description to the AutoArt website down below and some sources to go buy your model cars. I forgot to mention in the last video, and I'll mention here, I got this model and the Speedtail, which you would have seen in the last video. Hopefully, if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I got both of these models from my friend Keith Model Cars. So again, his info will be down below if you want to go check him out. He always has cool stuff in there, and he's just a great guy to go and see and buy stuff from. And just before we go, let me open up everything fully so you guys can see what that is going to look like. There we go. Again, just be gentle. Use a little provided key so don't scratch anything. So there we go, guys. That's what the model looks like all opened up. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel to see more stuff. If you're not already, go and give my Instagram a follow. It'll be down in the link below to see whenever a new model joins the collection or something fun and exciting is happening, or maybe what I have for sale. Everything will be on Instagram first, so go give me a follow there. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care.